Hi everyone! So you have seen the rework of the twisters, I guess. With the twisted sword, it has a new effect that can stack up to 5 twisters into one with applying the Raging Storm rune and giving you the ability to merge more of them into one big twister. So they combine and become a bit bigger and more powerful, and this is how the build is gonna be. So if you play something like the Wicked Wind rune where they stand still, you can actually make like a really big twister here in one spot, and you can make like a big twister in the next spot. You can refresh the timer and you can do this again. So something like this. But the thing is that Wicked Wind is actually rather weak. It has like around half the damage of the other runes. So if you take another rune here, for example the Cold or the Fire, which has 15% extra damage, and what people used to do in Season 5 and Season 6 is you could stack the twisters on so-called reverse corners. So something like this, like a corner that sticks out to you and not like a corner you walk into. And we could walk very precisely against it until you don't move anymore, and you could cast it and the twisters get stuck there. So basically you would have the Wicked Wind rune effect with the twisters standing still while being exactly while standing there with the high damage rune, and it also usually has bigger radius and it does much more damage. So this is how it works in Season 5 and Season 6. So in every map, no matter what, you would try to find exactly those corners and then stack those twisters there. And well, in some places it can be quite hard, so it's a little bit tricky here and there. But this is right now probably what you're gonna do with this build here, because, well, the twisters, they are not really reliable. So even with the Valthek's Rebuke, making them travel in a straight path, it's not really that good to nuke down enemies that are spread out somewhere in the open field. Usually I would have to go Wicked Wind, but obviously having around double the damage or even more if you have a rune like this, it's very beneficial. And well, you can cast it in a corner like this, but then in the end you can't really pull enemies there so easily. So this works pretty much everywhere where you can stand still by walking into the corner or into the wall like this, and then your character doesn't move anymore if you use force move, and you see the twisters just stay there. So they did a fix for this back after Season 6 when they tried to kill the Twister Wizard, which is by making the twisters despawn when they hit the wall or they don't move anymore. But it doesn't seem to happen anymore. So this is most likely what's going to happen when you play a wizard again. You're going to stand at the wall, you're going to cast into it. So yeah, I think this is kind of an issue here. And well, on the other hand, it's probably also the only way to make this really viable for the high-end pushing, especially in Foreman, because it's quite laggy there. And this might be the only way to actually like pull like only very few enemies in until you actually start the nuke, and then you can avoid the lags, because this is also another big issue. So I believe that maybe the twisters could be adjusted a little bit. For example, we had this tick rate change where they only ticked at half the frequency, so every 1 second I believe, instead of every half second. So that will definitely reduce the lag a lot, because, well, you cast like a twister in the Foreman scenario with a big pull and the server immediately lags out. So this can maybe be adjusted. And well, this stacking the corners, I believe, is also not really fun. So maybe there could be another way to tweak this a bit. I really like the randomness of the twisters. So when I tried this build with Wicked Wind, yeah, you have consistency, they always stay in the same place, that's very nice. But overall, the other runes will be more powerful, because you can simply deal much more damage when you have the optimal scenario. But in most maps, this is not really going to work well, and the twister is going to fly off to nowhere. And well, with the Valthek's Rebuke, you can make them travel in a straight path. But what I believe would be pretty cool for this is to make them slower. Not just make them go in a straight path, make them random, I don't mind too much, but make them slower, something like travel only at 30% speed or so, something like the ball lightning. Because like this, you keep the flavor and the randomness of the build alive, and you have a little bit of something to watch out for with your aiming and with your positioning, but it's not like the twisters just fly off to nowhere immediately. So I think this would be a pretty cool way to keep the twisters what they are without doing this weird like corner stacking stuff, and without having everyone to just go Wicked Wind. And well, you could actually have like kind of like a unique build like this. Also, I just realized I can merge fire twisters into the arcane twister apparently. That's pretty cool. So yeah, so there's some weird stuff going on, it seems, but yeah, just some points I wanted to mention here. So I really like the new twister. I don't really like channeling too much. I would really prefer this to be like a non-channeling build where I can walk around, or maybe there would be another option. So instead of channeling, you can also do something else. But well, this is what it is, and they want to keep the edge digital as it is, I assume. But maybe this slower movement speed would be a pretty good like intermediate solution between this wicked win stuff and between like this corner stacking. I mean, this can probably be fixed anyway, but right now this is what's happening here, and this will probably be the meta. So even in solo, you're just gonna find these corners, because this is exactly what happened in season 5 and season 6. You found these corners, you stand there super tanky, and then you pull stuff in on your nuke, and that's it. So I think that should be avoided, and this might be one way to do it. So anyway, just something I wanted to showcase here and share my thoughts with, and maybe you have your own ideas. Maybe you like the way it works, or maybe not. So let me know. Hope you like this video. See you guys next time.